Hi, hello travelers. Welcome to this first unit. You know what I like about traveling besides good coffee is the mystery that it gets involved. And today we're going to talk about something interesting. I've noticed that streets of Cusco are really interesting. They are different in some way. We can see streets that are narrow, we can see streets that are not narrow, and we can also see that they have stones and rocks in them. So we are going to see what the difference between the walls, the streets and rocks they are made of today. Don't miss this class. Hey, welcome to the Unit 1. Unit 1 is really important because we are going to review the verb to be. Verb to be is really important in English as it has two different meanings. Yes, I'm gonna explain this very easy. I am a teacher. I am in my office. The same happens with you. You are a student. You are at home. So it is important to know this. Now, another important thing that you have to remember is that the verb to be has three forms. Yes, I don't say I to be a teacher. I am a teacher. You are a student. He is my friend. She is my sister. You see? The same happens with you. You are not in my office. You are at home. Well, now that coffee break is over, now we're ready to go and see streets of Cusco, but safety comes first. Okay, now we're ready. Let's go. As we can see, streets here in Cusco are a mixture of Quechua words and Spanish words. You know, here we have Guaynapata, then and before that we had Arcoiris. But now I see one of the most interesting streets name I've ever seen here, which is Calle Ataúd. We're going to talk about this in another video. And here, some more examples. Definitely, if we talk about streets and walls on the streets, this should be the most important street of Cusco because it holds one of the most important stones of the empire. This street is called Hatun Rumillo. Hatun is an adjective in Quechua that means big, and Rumillo, stone, something related to stone. And the famous 12-angled stone is located on this street.
Something you see a lot in downtown streets of Cusco is that walls are different in every street. As you can see, some walls are older than others. All streets are not the same in Cusco. Cusco isn't a boring city at all. And it was our first street, Calle Ataúd. We can see it is very interesting to see because two important buildings are here. Colegio San Francisco de Borja, That was a colonial school for Inca's nobility education, and it was established in 1621. Another important building is Casa del Almirante. It is a property of San Antonio University now, and now it is a museum. In the past, it was Huáscar's palace. Many famous people lived here, such as the last Viceroy, José de la Serna. Well, now we see it could take like forever to mention every detail at every street. Consequently, today we're going to see some of the streets that surround Plaza de Armas, or in the past, Huacaipata.
Hi there. This is beautiful Plaza de Armas of Cusco. Right now no one is around here, so I can give a small explanation about this. It is not a small square like other squares in Peru. In fact, it is one of the biggest ones of Peru. It is important because there are two main temples here: the cathedral and the Compañía de Jesús, or Jesus Company. Plaza de Armas was very important not only to Spanish but to Incas, and it had many important streets that connected to important places. Now we are going to Coricancha and we're going to see the streets that connect Main Square, also called in the past Huacaipata in Quechua.
I love this street because when I was a kid I thought it was endless. But I remember that it had a different name. When I was a kid it was Calle Loreto. Now we see it is Intiquitli.
Another thing that you have to remember is that the verb to be has three forms in the present. I am a teacher, you are a student, she is my friend, but it has two forms in the past tense. I was a student in 1997. I wasn't in my office this morning. You are my student now. You weren't my student last week. Okay? So everything that is and is becomes was, and everything that is are becomes were. You see, they are my teachers, they were my teachers at the university. Okay, so keep in mind that.
While you were checking on grammar, I was doing some research and I found out two important things about this street. Here on the left we have someone's house who was part of Cusco's mystery stories. He was about to be taken to hell by demons, but Virgin Mary herself defended him as only the moon would do, because he had changed for good. We'll talk about this interesting man in another future or past video. His name was Selenque. Well, and now I know why it was called Loreto Street. It turns out that the church on the right was named Nuestra Señora de Loreto, and the street took the name.
As you can see, stones here on this wall of this Indiquillo Street or Loreto Street, as I knew it when I was a small boy, are different. These stones are clearly originally made by Incas. And as you can see, these stones here are not made by Incas. So you can actually know from stones and their position, whether it was by nature or by man, that times are different. And I consider stones to be witnesses of history and time. And that's everything for today. Now you remember what the verb to be is like and how we use it. Don't miss next episode, and we will be talking about simple present, when we use it, and we are going to talk about it watching and visiting an interesting place of Cusco. Keep posted. It is funny because this street has like two names.